So, good evening, all teachers. Happy to meet you all again on this fifth and the last session of this module of Heartful Teacher. So, yesterday we discussed about empathy and compassion. And a very new concept that I got to know from that session was empathy put in action is compassion. So that is a new thing, a new concept I just got disclosed for me. Definitely many such more points will be from your end as well. So today again, we are here with a new topic and a new speaker. So today we'll be seeing about and discussing about healthy relationships. And for that, we are here with a new speaker. Today we have with our Anjali Bapat. She has done her BSc in Electronics from Ferguson College, Pune, MA in Economics, and she's Diploma in Learning Disabilities Management from Singapore. She has a wide 7 years corporate experience, and she's a special educationist and volunteering for Heartfulness since 2001 and teaching since 2013. Her skills is setting up system for inclusive education in mainstream schools. So I welcome Anjali ma'am and hand over the session to you to take it forward.
Thank you so much, Pooja, for that introduction. And very warm welcome to all the teachers today. Really happy to be here with y'all and talk about this wonderful topic, which is healthy relationships. Let's see what we have to say about that, and let's see how we can all connect and be in a really heartful relationship from now on. All of you teachers in the session today and Heartfulness Institute, all of us facilitators at the Heartfulness Institute. Let's see, let's take a deeper look at this topic. So I'd like to share my PPT with all of you. Hope it's visible. Yes, so as I mentioned, today's topic is healthy relationships. At any point, if you really want to say something, like we have been doing in the previous sessions, do raise your hand so that we get to hear from you what you want to say. And otherwise, you can use the chat box to share whatever your thoughts are. We really want to hear, we want it to be two ways. It should not be a unidirectional session. Otherwise, what's the fun, isn't it? Not a one-way relationship, it should be a two-way healthy relationship. So let's move ahead. Now you can see all these words on the screen, right? So what is common between all these words? What do you think? Can you share with me on the chat box? What is common between all these words that we're seeing on the screen? Association, exchange, rapport, affinity, link, dependency, connection. There is some common factor in all of these. What is it? Can you guess? Okay, yes, a connection. There is some connection between all these words. A feeling, yes, relationship with others, absolutely right. Absolutely right. These are all synonyms for relationships. Okay, an association, an exchange, an alliance, a bond, affinity, rapport. These are all synonyms for the word relationships. Excellent. That's good going by all the participants. So we know that healthy relationships actually strengthens. So why should we have healthy relationships? The research has shown these things, that if you want a stronger immune system, if you want to live longer, if you want to reduce your anxiety and stop suffering from depression or try and avoid suffering from depression, what should you do? You should strengthen your relationships. You should have healthy relationships, or by corollary, those who are in healthy relationships will suffer less of all these things. They'll have stronger immune system, they will live longer, they will not be that anxious or depressed easily. So many benefits and so many reasons why we should work on having healthy and heartful relationships, isn't it? And we are all connected across the globe. We all are interrelated. None of us is alone, right? Though we may sometimes feel that way, actually we are all connected through the heart. We are like all cells of a single organism, which is this earth, and we all are interdependent. No one can do anything in isolation, right? So let's understand that we are all so deeply interconnected. We are descended from the same source. We are actually all like brothers and sisters, whether we realize it or not, right? And so let's make this a healthy relationship of one big family. Now, how should we do that? Okay. Now let's look at the types of relationships that we experience in our day-to-day lives. Right? Some are the core relationships. And what are the core relationships? Anyone would like to share what are your core relationships? Can you share with me in the chat box? What would you call your core? Yes, Shanti ma'am is saying parents. What else? Family and friends are the core. Yes. Anything else as teachers? First relationship is with the self. Beautiful. Our blood relations, spouse, children. And how about as teachers? Who comes in our core relationships? Our students, yes, Ravinder Kaur ma'am is saying our students. Absolutely. I also believe that sometimes our students become so close to us. Sometimes we think about them more than even our own children. I remember like often, I'm a special educator, as you may have listened in my profile. And, we tend to become so involved in the kids that when we're talking to someone else, we say, I have one child. One of my children is like this. One of my children said this. One of my children did this today. And people say, how many children do you have? So really, all my students are like my children. I love them like my children. And sometimes I think about them even more than my own kids. That does tend to happen. I'm sure many teachers have experienced this. So yes, our students become part of our core relationships, our co-teachers who work with us at the same level, right? And what about surface relationships? They are the acquaintances, people we just know, extended family, right? So in our school also, maybe if we are working in the primary domain and the people working at our level, suppose we have standard 3 teachers, then the other division standard 3 teachers are co-teachers. We become so close because every day we interact in our planning, curriculum mapping, activities, all those things. But maybe teachers from the secondary, we don't connect with them that much on a daily basis. So they might be in our surface relationships. And as one teacher very beautifully said, the most crucial relationship is that with myself, my own self. That's the most critical and crucial relationship. And how I relate to myself, how will I understand myself, how much I love myself, am I compassionate with myself? All these things will reflect in how I relate to others. If I'm able to love myself, I will know how to love others. If I'm able to forgive myself, only then can I forgive others. If I practice compassion with myself, only then can I be a compassionate person. So it all begins, as they say, charity begins at home. All these qualities, all this health of the relationship has to begin with my own self. So let's talk about, in this session, we're going to focus quite a bit on ourself, our relationship with ourselves, and self-care. So now let's look at reconnecting with our own inner self first, and then begin that journey from the inside out rather than the outside in. Okay, so connecting with our hearts and knowing that, are we really practicing self-care? Let's take a look at one video which teachers are talking about how they practice self-care. So give me a second. I'd like to share my video with all of you. I hope it's...
What are some of the ways that you practice self-care?
I don't. Oh boy.
That's definitely a skill I need to get better at.
Self-care is hard, especially in this profession.
However, my focus has been to get outside more, do more engagement with our environment.
I'm cranking up the tunes in the kitchen. I'm cooking something delicious for my family.
There is more to life than just work, even if you really enjoy your career a lot, like we do.
I don't grade papers at home. I don't check my email very much at home, and I'm a better teacher when I have established healthy boundaries with work and leave work at work.
So one of the ways that I practice self-care is being able to say no. Sometimes you have to be able to take a step back and refresh before going on to that next project.
1 minute meditations. I just close my eyes, take a deep breath, and try not to think too much about what happens. And when I open my eyes, I feel much better.
Try to turn your brain off and let it be quiet sometimes.
Disconnecting from technology and distractions and spending time with the people that I love the most.
Before you assist others with the oxygen mask, assist yourself first. I like to exercise and be with my family, but yeah, assist yourself before assisting others.
I think it's really important to give myself the time to be creative. Even actually really digging in and researching is creative for me.
I play piano in the evenings, I read a book. I try to take time that is both being still and also being active.
Spending time in prayer, practicing yoga, or even spending time outdoors, like going boonie stomping around the jungles of Guam.
Fresh air and movement are key to restoring my sanity and perspective.
I get up before anybody in my family when it's still dark outside, and I go to the gym on some mornings, or I go just sit and have some quiet time to myself.
Or I am going for a walk, or I'm reading a book, or I'm taking a nap on the weekend.
I practice self-care by traveling. Sometimes it's good to get out of our bubble.
My best mode of self-care is to learn. I've learned patience. I've learned empathy. I've learned the latest dance move.
To reach out to other teachers, share experiences, and have somebody to bounce ideas off of. It rejuvenates you and helps you reignite that passion for teaching.
This is how the teachers here are practicing some sort of self-care, because I know our profession has become so stressful now that we really need to do something to care for ourselves, and that relationship, the healthy relationship, has to begin with us. So would you like to share, how do you practice self-care, or does any of you spend time just for yourself, just with yourself, letting yourself unwind, being kind to yourself? Does any one of you share that? Would you like to share with me on the chat? Taking a relaxing nap on the weekend, Kavita ma'am is saying, okay. What else? How else do you take care of yourselves? Ravinder Kaur ma'am is saying by meditation. Utpal Chakrabarti is saying, okay, he's wishing us good evening. Karuna ma'am says she goes for a walk. Basanti ma'am is saying meditation, meditating with others, and going for a walk in nature. Beautiful. Kalpana Sharma ma'am is saying cooking my kids' favorite food. Wow, that's so nice. Farida Haryanwala ma'am is saying she likes to go for a walk. Savita Vaidya ma'am is saying meditation gives her me time. And Hemakshi ma'am is saying listening to music. Krupal is saying, yes, again listening to music, reading a book. Someone likes to dance. Nidhi ma'am. Wow. Soumya ma'am is also listening to favorite music. For Neela ma'am, morning is her own time. And Sukhvinder Valia is saying by meditation, making pencil sketches and writing poems. Excellent. Many people are writing meditation, music, dancing, long drive. Okay, Sri Ram sir is saying he loves to go for a long drive. And Vasanti also agrees that dance is a great way to have some me time. Someone else likes to do crocheting, tatting, or listening to music. Wow. Tatting is a very difficult art. I'm very impressed. Dr. Avnish Sharma is saying he does yoga and listens to music. So, and Krupal sir is saying he likes to conduct free workshops once in a week for underprivileged children. Wow, but sir, is that your self-compassion or is that compassion towards others? I'm asking, what are you doing for your own self? Okay, excellent. But yes, that's a wonderful thing that you're doing. Both. Okay, sir is saying it's both. Wonderful. So, Vaishali ma'am says, I love to have a cup of coffee with myself. Yes, the best company, isn't it? So, it's wonderful to see that many of your, Nancy ma'am says she likes to go out on weekends with her kids, dancing and having a lovely time. Someone, Seema ma'am is saying, I just like to lie down. Yes. And Parita ma'am is also saying having a cup of tea, that's so relaxing. Okay, so many nice things to do for self-care. But how lasting is the impact? If you are having a cup of tea, we'll feel relaxed for a few minutes maybe. If we listen to good music, maybe while we're listening to it, we'd feel nice, or the impact might last for some time. But again, our concerns might return. So what is really something that we can do for ourselves that is so lasting that we can sustain throughout the day and recharge it every day? So I do feel contemplative practices, yes, Vasanti ma'am, like heartfulness meditation is something that has a lasting effect. And not only does it keep you calm, the levels of calmness, levels of joy that you experience keep just getting deeper and deeper. So why not try this as a method of self-care, isn't it? So wonderful. Let's proceed with our PPT. And I really want all of us teachers here to focus on ourselves, give ourselves that time because we deserve it. And unless we are recharging ourselves, unless we are being calm and centered and joyful, we cannot be that way with our students. Unless we relate to ourselves in this way, our relationship with our students, with our peers, with our family members suffers in a big way, right? You know how it is. If I'm very irritable and angry and I interact with 3 people, what am I passing on, right? If we meet our coordinator or our school leader comes and gives us a firing, how does it make us all feel? But if she's in a wonderful mood and really speaks beautifully and inspires us from the heart, how does that make us feel? So how we are feeling is what creates the environment around us, and that impacts everyone around us. So let's really focus on that self-care. It has so many benefits, isn't it? So yes, so self-care encourages in maintaining healthy relationships with ourselves, which makes us feel energized and refreshed. And we are also better able to support everyone around us. So now let's have a small activity. We'll get into breakout rooms like we've been getting into the previous few days. And we are going to discover that how we are all connected, okay? That there is something common in each one of us. So the first thing we need to do is look at ourselves. What am I? What are my qualities? What do I like? And what do I not like? Okay, so looking within and sharing some very simple things about ourselves that, you know, this is who I am, this is what I like to do, or this is what I don't like. Okay, so we will first look within and share 2 simple aspects about ourselves. We will get into a breakout room and everyone there will turn by turn share something about themselves that they like or they don't like. And in the sharing, we find a connection with someone else, right? So like suppose I say, you know what, I love going trekking. Someone in that group will say, you know what, even I like that. There an instant connect is made. We both like something that's same. Or maybe you can connect with something I don't like. I hate really noisy functions, maybe. And someone says, yes, even I can't stand lot of noise. You've connected over something that you don't like. So through this exercise of circle of connection, we'll look within ourselves, find our own qualities, and then see it reflected in someone else, and thereby establishing a very easy and simple connection with those in the group. So is the activity clear? We will get into the breakout rooms, and turn by turn, we will share one thing that we like and another thing that we don't like. And while discussing, we can find how we connect with someone else in that group. All right, is it clear? Y'all can let me know in the chat box if it's clear or not. Okay, great. So we'll get into a breakout room. We will try to have a facilitator in case you are not clear about it. And if you have any questions, please ask for help. So I request Vinay sir to open the breakout rooms.
For 10 minutes?
I think 7 minutes is enough.
7 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So we have 7 minutes for the activity. There are some answers. Everyone is saying they've understood. Wonderful. Okay. Let's get into the breakout.
Shall I open the room?
Open kar dijiye. Bhaiya, have you put me in any room?
Yes, I'm going to put you. Just a minute. Let me check if there is. I think in one room it is. Okay. સ્વાતિબેન મને લાગે બધામાં એક એક તો છે જ તો તમે કોઈ બી એક રૂમમાં જઈ શકો. Swati sister, can you hear me?
Yes, I will go.
તો તમે જે જગ્યાએ જવું હોય ત્યાં જઈ શકો.
Yes, so I'd like to know, is everyone returning now? Yes, almost everyone is back in the session. Was that enough time, or some of you didn't get to share what you like and what you don't like? In case you haven't been able to share, please raise your hand. Maybe we'll have few of us share here in the larger group. Okay, Neelam Tiwari ma'am. Those who are going to share, I request you all to switch your videos on. So we really feel the connection with each other. So Neelam Tiwari ma'am, I'll ask you to unmute and do try to open your video if possible. And Ramchandra Rao, I will ask you also to unmute. And okay, that's wonderful. I'm happy to see that you all have been able to video.
Yeah. Good evening. Nice talking to everyone. I was just sharing one thing that as I'm a sports teacher in my school, it is a little bit, when I was there with my students, I have taken the national team there somewhere. Okay, there I met a teacher. Okay, she was from Bangalore. I am from Varanasi, from UP, and she was from Bangalore. And 2-3 days we were there together, and we just what we call enjoyed the company that till now I think 5 years have been passed away. एक भी दिन ऐसा नहीं बीतता है जिस दिन वो मुझे मैसेज नहीं करती है। भले हम मिले न मिले, काफी दिन हो गए मैम, लेकिन एक दिन कभी ऐसा नहीं होता है कि मैं सुबह उठूं और मैं अपना मोबाइल देखूं और उनका मैसेज ना आया हो। ये मुझे उनकी कनेक्टिविटी और उनका ये जो रिलेशनशिप है, बिना बोले या बिना एक्सपेक्ट किए कि मैं क्यों नहीं करती, मुझे नहीं तो बहुत लोग ऐसे सोचते हैं कि मैं ही क्यों करूं, कोई भी कर सकता है, वो तो करती नहीं है तो मैं क्यों करूं। लेकिन वो आज भी मतलब मॉर्निंग का मेरा जो वो होता है फर्स्ट मैसेज, दैट आई लव इट, वो रिलेशनशिप मुझे आज तक बहुत अच्छी लगती है, एंड आई जस्ट लव हर।
Thank you, ma'am. How nice that you're able to develop such a heartful relationship. It's really
yes,
good to hear that. Thank you so
yes,
much, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, even I appreciate. So where we are finding the connection with each other is that how we are all like some things the same, and in the same way over workshops that we have participated in, we have all connected, and even I too have some groups of friends who are there even today, and so in that way I think I'm similar to you, Neelam ma'am. Yes, Ramchandra sir, please do share. What is that one thing that you like and one thing that you don't like?
Okay. Good evening, brothers and sisters. First of all, I like to be connected to each and everyone, and especially I love my country. So I belong to South India from Andhra Pradesh, a small town, Tuni. I love the profession of teaching, but my favorite place in Madhya Pradesh is there. That place is nothing but Omkareshwar, because I met new friends there, and I have the very good memories from Madhya Pradesh.
Okay.
So basically, I belong to Andhra Pradesh, but I love Madhya Pradesh very much. Omkareshwar and Ujjain, two places are there because I met a great friends there.
Okay.
From UP and Bihar, because not one state, 4 state people we met there, we make the friendship there.
Okay, excellent.
So yes, I feel very happy, and what I like means just connecting with all and feeling that we are all one family.
Excellent.
Universal citizenship or universal adultship, whatever may be, citizenship.
Yes.
I love that, and always I try to mingle with each and everyone, and I want to know their traditions, culture. I want to follow the best what is there, what I like, and I want to share my things also. That is the quality I love from every people, is that the people who will try to serve in their levels to anyone. It's a small thing, just giving a sip of water also, a great thing. So helping people I love very much, and what I don't like means intentionally giving impression of people. That means they don't know about anything at them, but simply they'll give some name. He is such kind of guy, he is such kind of people, and simply will give us some taglines. I don't like such kind of thing. Remaining everything okay, because the people appearance won't describe the attitude and characters.
Okay.
So when we are mingling with them, when we are traveling with them, when we are understanding them, so we can get what is the real character of any person. Because some may speak very well and very nicely, but the inner soul, we don't know what is it. So especially simply they'll tag that by looking at people. I don't like that thing.
Okay.
So I'll always believe that we should believe that everyone have the godliness. So everyone having the good. Everyone, some of them may have the bad. Also, we should leave the bad. Always, you should take the good, and we will feel that brotherhood, sisterhood, because we all belong to one nation, and on the earth, we are the people of human beings. So that is the main inspire me, and I love traveling, trekking, and I love to always meet my friends, share memories, and I love to chat. Always, I love to talk to my friends also, especially friends.
Wonderful.
And I love my profession. I love my profession. I love to mingle with the children.
Okay, sir.
Yes, I love to mingle with my children. Always, I will try to aware of the importance of nation, because I feel that nation first, our country first, remaining all next. So I will try to educate them regarding that what is the importance of nation, because I love to serve my nation in army, but I'm a little bit short, so I miss the chance. So I choose as a teacher. So I love to my children to motivate regarding the serving of nation is a serving to the mother.
Thank you
Serving
so
to
much,
the God.
sir. If you can
Thank you,
see,
sister.
you have mentioned so many things that you like connecting with people from different states. You like interacting with your children. You love your nation. And if you can see the chat box, everyone is saying, sir, even me, someone has even shared their email ID that I identify with what you're saying, please connect with me. So can you see that even through such a simple exercise, we find that connections in each other, we find the reflections in each other. So I think we have more similarities than we have differences. Let's try and build on that. Wonderful, sir. I'm really, you have such a smiling face. I'm really feeling nice talking to you. I feel like smiling looking at you, and I'm sure everyone else has felt the same. Thank you so much for sharing. And
Thank you very much, sister. Thank you,
lucky.
sister.
I'm sure they must be also feeling very happy and pleasant in your classroom. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sister.
So yes, see, this is how a very simple exercise by which we felt connected with each other. We realized that how much even complete strangers can have something in common, and we can start building our relationship from there, isn't it? So I really enjoyed that, and I wish there was more time and I could hear from more people, but we have more to cover, so let's move on from here. So what are the building blocks of these good relationships? Okay, we can see here two people are building something, and on each of the bricks is written love, trust, commitment, honesty, dependability, and transparency. Now, which kind of relationships need these building blocks? Is it your core relationships where you need these qualities, or is it your surface relationships? What do you say? Which kind of relationship will need all these qualities of love, trust, honesty, commitment? Would you like to share with me? Yes, Vaishali Mittal, ma'am, you have hit the nail on the head. It is all relationships. Very true, right? Some are saying core of course needs it, but you'll be surprised to know that even the surface relationship will need these. For example, if I hire someone to do some work in my house, okay, I need to get some renovation done in my house, and I hire a contractor. Can I have, so now that's going to be a surface relationship, right? That person is not part of my core circle. No. But unless I feel he's committed to the work, unless I feel he's honest, unless I feel I can trust him, unless I feel he's dependent and transparent, I will not hire that person. So you see that all these building blocks are needed for all relationships, whether they are core or surface. They are actually a reflection of your own inner qualities, your own inner self, and a person you are. I'm a person who is dependable, transparent, committed, honest, trustworthy, and loving. And that will be the same no matter if it's a core relationship or it's a surface relationship. So these are very, very valuable qualities which really improve the quality of relationships, no matter which one, surface or core. And we see here a nice saying that trust and respect are very important in relationships. Respect for others shows our self-love, because our level of emotional balance, because if we do not love ourselves, this fine quality will never develop in us. Okay, so respect. Do we respect ourselves? Do we trust ourselves? Again, it has to begin with the self. If I believe I'm a trustworthy person, I trust myself to make this decision. I trust myself to go through with this decision. I respect myself. I know I will never do something that's not worthy. And only when I have these attitudes to myself, towards myself, can I show them towards others. So these are very vital qualities. So again, creating positive and respectful relationships can dramatically enhance the level of motivation. So we as teachers need to feel motivated in the classroom, because unless we are motivated and inspired, how can we make the children feel that way? So when we create these positive relationships, we feel motivated and we create a positive environment, and we create a right attitude within ourselves and our students as well. And people who have access to strong relationships tend to be more empathetic, more compassionate, and very open, as they're able to relate to others' feelings. Now, everything is not always very smooth and goody-goody, isn't it? Sometimes we will have disagreements. It's not possible. You know, if we are going to live together, there are bound to be disagreements, you know. So two vessels together are going to make some clashing songs, and that's okay. It's absolutely fine to have conflicts, to have some disagreements. What is very, very crucial is, how do you resolve those conflicts? Do you have a good method to resolve the conflicts between yourselves? Are you open to discuss how to get over the conflict? Are you accommodating? Are you willing to collaborate with the other person to find a solution? Only then the conflict can be solved in a fair and rational way. I know working in schools, often we do go through conflicting situations. So during that time, it's crucial that you remain open, be an accepting person, accommodate the other person's needs, collaborate with them so that you can really come up with a fair and rational solution. And sometimes we get into conflicts because we are going through some kind of inner turmoil. But when we are able to talk openly about our problems in a caring manner and listen to one another without being judgmental, this is what helps strengthening our connections, right? And it's not only the words, but verbal and non-verbal communication also effective to touch the hearts of others, which we have seen day before yesterday with Swati ma'am, who very beautifully spoke about communication. So when we are in conflicts, let us really try to deeply connect with the other person. Before we react, let us take a pause, let us reflect, think, pause, and then act. And that is a much better way to resolve the conflict. And you are going to, I think 80% of the problems will stop here itself. We will be able to first reflect, think, pause, and then act. So now I'd like to ask everyone a Menti question. So I'd like to share, one second. I'll share this link on the chat box. Yes, okay, sorry. Yes, I'll just share the link on the chat box. And I would like you to go to Menti and there is the chat. Yes, okay, wonderful. Sorry about the delay. And here is the link. I request you all to go and let me know that what do you think are the qualities you need to develop a heartful relationship. Okay, so where is excellent. So please do go All right, I'm seeing it on the screen now. Wonderful. We should be a good listener. We have open communication, trust, patience, listen without judgment, be honest, be dependable, be truthful, be empathetic, be understanding, be accepting, be understanding in nature. Don't expect from the other person. How nice. Listen without judgment. Let go. I like that. It's a small word, but it's very powerful. Let go of things. Be loving. Be understanding. So I can see patience, love, trust, understanding are the biggest words here. Have good communication. Sharpness. Let's avoid sharpness, maybe. That's what you mean. Listening peacefully from your heart. Be transparent in your relationship. Be honest and understanding. Very nice. Truthfulness, dependability, anything, bonding and honest. Anything else? Sincerity. Oh, don't take your near and dear ones for granted. I like that. Not taking others for granted. That's something you must develop in yourself. It's very easy to do that with people whom we are very close to. We say, they'll understand. It's okay. But why should we behave the worst with people who are closest to us? Isn't it? They deserve the best. So let's not take each other for granted. And okay, friendliness. Yes, let's be friendly. That's the basis of a good relationship. I do agree. All right. Accept as he or she is, accepting people the way they are, not judging them, understanding human nature. Wonderful. Be a good listener. Very nice. So I think the responses have kind of slowed down. Appreciating differences. I like that. Yes, appreciate that everyone can't be like me. Everyone doesn't have to be like me, and everything shouldn't be like me. Otherwise, what will this world be, isn't it? Celebrate the differences. Accept the differences. Excellent. Forgiveness. Wow. That's also very powerful. Learn to forgive yourself and the other person. Yourself first, and then naturally you will be able to forgive others. Transparency. Excellent. So thank you for these lovely qualities. They're really something very deep. I love what some of you have written, and they're very thought-provoking. Thank you very much for your responses. Do continue writing in case you've not been able to write so far. This will get recorded with us. Thank you very much. So now we'll move on to the next slide. It's not yet gone in slide. Yeah, okay, wonderful. Okay, so we saw so many, and you wrote many more than these: collaborate, conflict resolution, trust, attitude, be open, communication, and love. These are the qualities to imbibe for strengthening relationships. Now let's look at a short video about promoting peace in our relationships by our global guide for heartfulness, Shri Kamlesh. I'd like to now, just a minute, take me a few seconds. Yes. My computer is a bit slow today, so sorry about that.
Individual has a more.
Okay. Yes, super. I'm sharing the video now. Do listen to it carefully.
Has a more power. They have a power equivalent to God's. You remember the Bible statement, God created a man in his image. So you also have the same power. But I have to use that same power in upliftment. See? I can meditate for myself. I can exercise for myself. I can read a book for myself. I cannot educate other person. I cannot make other person spiritual. Even if you want to, you are helpless. You must have seen, when you share your ideas with your boyfriend or a girlfriend or your father or mother, or when your father or mother tell you something, do you always do what they ask you to do? You might do it once, maybe you might do it twice, but if your heart is not in it, you cannot fulfill the advice of your parents. So even if you love your children so much, even if you love your friends or your spouse so much, the growth, individual growth at physical, mental, and spiritual level depends on an individual. If I have to bring about peace in Venezuela, Venezuela is one of the most troubled countries in the world today. Even Lord Jesus cannot take a staff and move it around the map of Venezuela and say, now the people of Venezuela are liberated, happy and joyful. No one can do it. Not even God can do it. Why? Because we are the problems. Individual has a more power. They have a power equivalent to God's. You remember the Bible statement, God created a man in his image. So you also have the same power. But I have to use that same power in upliftment. See? If you want to bring about peace in any community, there is no other way than you as an individual feel that, experience that, and transform yourself. And then other person, one heart at a time. There is no globally, you can bring about universal peace. It's not possible. You can bring about individual peace. You can make individually people happy. I can give vaccine for COVID to one person. I cannot do it in one go to everyone. So one heart at a time, one mind at a time, one soul at a time.
So from heartful relationships, peaceful and loving relationships, we are now talking about global peace, world peace, a healthy and heartful relationship with each and every person around the globe, or the whole world is a healthy, loving, peaceful place. Can we do it at one shot? No. So it's individual peace, or peace when we feel with ourselves within. When we have that peaceful, healthy relationship with ourselves, is then we are able to transfer it to someone else. When we interact with someone else in that peaceful, calm, happy way, just like so many of us in the session did today, Ramchandra Rao sir spoke with so much joy and happiness, everyone was smiling, right? So one person at a time, one heart at a time, we can transfer that happiness and joy. They again, in turn, share it with someone else, and it creates a ripple effect. There's a beautiful saying in one of our Heartfulness videos that let there be ripples of love in the ocean of humanity. And in this way, we can actually transfer that love, that peace, that joy, which emanates from our heart to everyone else's heart. So let's try and really build this global unity, global peace, global love, a healthy relationship with each and every brother and sister around the globe, right? So now let's share our experiences here. I think Neelam ma'am had shared a very nice experience of a heartful relationship that she developed with one teacher. That was wonderful. Would anyone else like to share some extraordinary relationship that you have been able to nurture or cultivate with your students or your family or your spouse or a friend, something that is extraordinary and that you would like to share with all? Is there any such incident? Prathamesh Fadnis. No, I think that is that ma'am. She was
Yes,
there on day
ma'am.
one. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
I not Prathamesh. I'm trying to remember. Is it something?
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Nichelle.
Nichelle. Yes, I said something from N. Oh, sorry. I'm asking you to unmute. Sorry about that. I think I muted you by mistake. I would
Yes,
like.
ma'am.
Yes.
Actually, I'm having certain network issues. I'm like going in and off.
Oh, please share your experience with us, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. In my first year as a teacher, I had come across a student. I think, ma'am, if I start my video, my net might go, but I'll try.
Okay, do try. We really love to see you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, there you are. Yes.
So, ma'am, in my first year of being a teacher, I had a student, and he, when my principal gave me the student, she told me that he is very hyperactive, and he's going to give you a tough time. So I said, I was on for the challenge. I said, I want to work with such a child and see how much he can push me to, explore my own self. And as he was very hyper, like whenever he would walk, he used to generally run. This is a nursery student. He would always run, not walk. He would run on his toes, he would fall. And if he sees any insect or anything, he would crush it with his legs. He would break things in the class. Also, he would damage things. So one day I took our children for a nature walk, and I was showing them the little ant hills. See how ants have made an ant hill, and we found a cocoon. So I told him that, okay, and I kept him very near to me. I told him that, I want us to take care of this cocoon, because if that person had done cutting. So I said, it is going to get destroyed. We rather take care of it. So we brought it to our class. We made holes in the box and we kept it and one fine day when I came to the class, I saw the butterfly, a yellow butterfly. Until then, he was very curious about the cocoon. I said, you have to take care. And if he sees a spider and all, he'll go kill it. So I said, you have to take care of the cocoon, okay? And that day, I was so eagerly waiting for him to come. And the moment he came, he ran and he hugged me. I literally lost my balance. I said, what happened? Ma'am, I can see the butterfly. He was so happy. And from that day on, he never hurt any insect. His parents shared an anecdote with me wherein there was a big rat in their swimming pool. And he told his mom, don't hurt Jerry. You have to gently take him out of the pool and keep him safe.
Oh, how sweet. That's really remarkable. Thank you so much for sharing that lovely story and a transformation of the child from someone who had no respect for life to wanting to nurture and not even want to kill a rat, which everyone will immediately come with a stick and kill it in no time. Wow, that's really nice. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I treasure that memory.
And I'm glad your video turned on and
it's working.
for sharing it. Thank you very much. I'd like to request Savita Vaidya ma'am to share her story with us. Do switch on your video also, ma'am, if possible.
Hi, good evening again, everybody. So I think I mentioned in the breakout room, I'm not a formal teacher, but I've been working in the last 10 years with schools and students, teachers, parents, using heartfulness tools and techniques. And when COVID started, COVID happened. Before that, we were running a very active, very dynamic children's center in Dubai every Friday morning. So the children would come to the center while the parents meditated. And we realized that, it was always the children who were getting their moms and dads up on time because they didn't want to miss the children's center. But anyway, when COVID happened, suddenly parents were at home, the children were at home, and the parents were like, oh my God, how do we meditate with these kids, in the house making so much noise? And the kids were like, this is just so boring. We want to go to children's center. So, the group of us volunteers, we decided to start some activities online. And we started with an initiative that we call Sharing and Caring. Sharing is Caring. And that literally developed into a lot of other volunteers in other countries in the Middle East joining this initiative, and we found it spreading. So it started in the UAE, and we had volunteers from Oman, from Saudi, from Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain, about 6-7 other countries from the Middle East joining. And even today we are together, and we are a core group of about 8 sisters now. And we regularly do activities, online activities, workshops for children in the age group of 6 to 12. We have been targeting. And we suddenly, I suddenly realized in the last workshop that we did in April this year that none of us have ever met. We are 8 of us from all these countries, as I said, 6-7 different countries, and we come together 2-3 times a year, and we conduct workshops, programs, children's initiatives, and we have seriously not met, but it's amazing how we put these programs together. It's a collective effort by everybody. And the kind of hours, it's basically a collective passion to work with children, I feel, and a lot of backing from Taji that helps us put these things into action. And Anjali ma'am, if I can just share one thing, because we are talking about self-love and self-care. So the first program that we did as a workshop was last year in April, and that was for children, as I mentioned, in the age group of 6 to 12. And the theme of that workshop was self-care, self-compassion, and self-love. So we had these children, and we had volunteers and faculty who were coming, and I won't say talking about it, but just discussing openly how the importance of self-care. Why, unless you care for yourself, you're compassionate with yourself, and you love yourself, you can't do it with others. You can't behave in that way with others. So the importance, and one of the outcomes was of this workshop, it was a 4-week workshop, that we never expected, was how the children opened up in the chat box about the problems they were having. So we had a lot of children complaining about them getting bullied in the school. We had a lot of children complaining about bullying from their siblings. We had a lot of children complaining, saying that they don't get time and attention at home, and a whole lot of complaints, and that really shook the ground below us. And we did do we did try to do something about it later on, but that would take too long a time to tell here. But I was thinking, this is something that also, we are discussing it between us as adults, but I do wonder that it's something that that also needs to be tackled at the children's level, because they opened up like we never expected, and it was a big eye opener for us. The children, and I'm telling you, these were children who were age 7 and 8 and 9 and 10, and I felt, we felt that they had never been asked. Their teachers and maybe even their parents never realized that they were having these problems. And they just found a platform or a way in which they could share. And because we were not their teachers, and we were not their parents also, maybe that was the reason that they felt like sharing with us. But we seriously thought that we needed to engage a child psychologist with the parents and with the children there, which we were not able to do, or we thought it was way beyond our scope. But we did try to address the issue in other ways. But it was an eye opener. It was something that was totally unexpected.
Wow, that's really amazing. I think let's try and have this workshop here, because I can see the chat is just scrolling up saying, ma'am, we would like to be part of this. Can you share your number with us? How can we also attend it? How can we make our kids attend it? Everyone is showing a lot of interest, and this is really remarkable what you have done. Heartful relationships, firstly with the 8 sisters around the world whom you've never met, but such fantastic work has happened through you.
We are planning on meeting at Kanha this July for the first time, so keeping our fingers crossed that everybody will be able to make it.
Amazing. I think everyone is appreciating this work, and it's remarkable how when you align with a higher goal, souls come together and amazing work happens. So that's really, really inspiring. And let's really discuss this offline. How can we really conduct this over here also for our kids in India as well? And there are some people joining from Dubai and UAE who also wanting to connect with you. I think that's in the chat box. Let's see how we can share. Is it okay to share your number with the teachers who have asked if they want?
I'll just post it in the chat box.
Please do, please do.
And
So,
we have another member of our team who's a part of this workshop right now, Soumya. She's originally from Oman. She's recently moved back to India. Oh, she's there. I can see her. So maybe Soumya would like to add something.
Soumya, would you like to say something, add something here? Wait, I'll ask you to unmute. Soumya. To unmute. Yes, yes, please, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I think Savita Didi has spoke about it, everything. I don't think I have anything to add now. So I feel very privileged to be a part of this this program. So I got to know about many things which we were not aware. We were interacting with children, but I think this experience will make us more empowered to interact with children in a more heartful way. So thank you for this experience.
Thank you so much, Soumya ma'am. Thank you so much, Savita ma'am. And we'll really try to engage you all here and have these sessions for our kids here as well. Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful stories. Maybe one last story I'd like to ask Vasanti ma'am if she would like to share. Yeah.
Good evening, but I like to actually request Sister Savita to share her contact because Sandhya was asking, and then many of them were asking.
She has shared her number on the chat box. Is there?
Have you shared, Sister Savita, your number?
Yes, she has
in the chat box.
On the chat. Just share.
I see. Okay. If there's time, I will share. Otherwise, we can go ahead.
You can share. Yes, ma'am.
I work in fully Chinese, full of Chinese students. Actually, majority 99%, and 99%. And sometimes some of the students, will have some kind of preconceived ideas about other races. And I might have to face that sometime. And I had one student, her name is Ishan. She will have tantrums for no reasons. And I became the target for the tantrum. And 1 year it went on like that. So I used to counsel her. I used to pull her out of the class and talk to her. But then it was a very difficult conversation. But then usually I am a very patient person. I will just allow the other person to talk and then wait and wait and wait. So I cannot do anything about it, just wait. That's what I do. And then, after 1 year, she mellowed down a bit and then she opened up and then she said she will read 500 messages in a day, WhatsApp messages. Oh. That made her to sleep the next day in the classroom. So it's like a vicious cycle, went on like that. So opened up and then I could talk to her. And then, when she graduated, she became the most respectful student. And then she used to wish me even if she happened to see me outside the school. So what I learned is that just be patient. If we can do something about it, we can always do something about it. If we cannot do something about it, just wait patiently and it will happen. The positive changes will come. This I have observed many times, in individual students or in individual, in some circumstances. This is a great lesson I have learned in my life. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. Where are you from, ma'am?
I live in Singapore. Singapore,
okay. Wonderful. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your heartful story about how patiently you waited for the child's heart to melt and open up.
I have had many stories like that, but one is enough.
As teachers, we have so many. I know that. Thank you, ma'am. We really appreciate your patience and love. So yes, I think there are no dearth of stories where we have developed heartful relationships, because since we are working with children, who have young hearts, live hearts, it's very easy for us to connect. And I'm sure we have many tear-jerking stories as well. But in fact, unfortunately, we don't have time to discuss this anymore. Yes, so I'd like to Now practice, there's this technique called breathing with awareness of purpose. And it's a technique intended to relax the body and stimulate positive attributes of the heart. So I'll request everyone to actually, okay, just a minute. All right, I request everyone to just close your eyes. And bring your awareness to the heart. We will now practice breathing with awareness and purpose. So let's begin by gently focusing on our breath. Gently breathe in. And now breathe out. Gently breathe in. And breathe out. Now we will breathe in positivity. And breathe out what is positive for everyone else. Breathe in all that is good for you. Breathe out what is good for others. Breathe in self-compassion. Breathe out love. When we feel ready, we can gently open our eyes. So this kind of breathing also helps us connect with the positive attributes in our heart and also send out positive vibes to everyone around us. Okay. So what about this love that we're breathing out once we feel compassionate towards ourselves? We need input to stabilize our relationships. And what is this input? It's nothing but love. With love, there's a greater level of acceptance so that we can let go and solve problems. And where does this love come from? It comes from a pure and generous and a large heart. And how to purify this heart? Through meditative practices such as heartfulness meditation, and through cleaning when we remove our emotional complexities. That also makes our heart purer. So let us now experience this meditation. So the number one step in acceptance is to let go of your personal opinions in order to come to a neutral midpoint. Okay, we want to feel neutral because we don't want to be prejudiced. And whenever you want guidance from within, first come to the neutral point, and then you will see how you are steered in the right direction in that interaction with the person. So how to come to this neutral midpoint? It's through meditation with the power to raise our awareness and to connect us with our deepest center. It holds the key to helping us develop a more balanced, loving way of living and relating. And when we become meditators, we start expanding from our individual self. We stop being concerned only about ourselves or only about our immediate family. Slowly, our consciousness expands to include everyone. We move from I to we, and from me to others, and everyone becomes part of our family. So let us now experience this guided meditation. We'll do a short relaxation like we did on the first day, and then we'll meditate for some time. So is everyone ready for this? I request all of you to make sure your phones are silent and sit very comfortably, closing your eyes very softly and very, very gently. Take a deep breath in and let go. Let's begin with the toes. Wiggle your toes and now feel them relax. Feel a relaxing energy move up through the soles of your feet. Through your ankles, your calves, right up to your knees. Now let this relaxing energy move up through your thighs, relaxing all the muscles in your thighs. Now relax your hips, your stomach, your abdomen, and deeply relax your waist. Very gently move your awareness to your back. Now feel this relaxing energy slowly move up from your lower back, gently to the middle of your back, right to the top of your back. Relaxing your entire back. Feel this relaxing energy spread all across your chest area and flow through your shoulders, completely relaxing your chest and shoulders. Feel all the stress simply melting away from your shoulders. Now feel this energy flow from your shoulders through your upper arms, your forearms, your hands, right up to your fingertips. Relax all the muscles in your neck. Gently move your awareness to your head. This relaxing energy now gently flows upward, relaxing your jaw and your chin. All the muscles in your mouth, your nose, your eyes, your eyebrows, your forehead, your cheeks, all your facial muscles, your earlobes, all the muscles of your scalp, right up to the roots of your hair. Experience how your entire body is now completely relaxed. Very gently bring your awareness to your heart. Give a suggestion that the source of divine light is already present in your heart and it is attracting your attention from within. Feel immersed in the love and light present in your heart. If thoughts come, simply ignore them. If your mind wanders, remind yourself there's divine light in the heart and come back. And all these suggestions are to be given very, very gently, very easily. Let's meditate in silence now for a few minutes. You will not hear my voice. You will not hear any music. We'll meditate with our awareness on our hearts in silence until you hear further suggestions from me. Please start meditation. That's all. Keep your eyes closed and take a few seconds to think about what you just experienced during meditation. How were you feeling before? What happened during meditation? And most importantly, how are you feeling now? Take a few seconds to think about all these things. When you feel ready, you can gently open your eyes. Okay, chat is open for everyone now. If you would like to share how you're feeling, you're most welcome. Okay, Manoj Dilip Pawar sir is saying he's feeling very positive and relaxed. And Nancy ma'am is saying she's feeling very calm. Vasanti ma'am is saying it was very deep, feeling calm, relaxed. Excellent. Very fresh and relaxed. Calm and relaxed. Calming and relaxing. Feeling relaxed. Feeling good, blessed and content. The soothing effect. Feeling better. All right. That's so nice to hear these positive comments from everyone. Vaishali Mittal ma'am is feeling recharged. And most of you are feeling calm and relaxed. Felt like something being filled in the heart. That's what Nisha ma'am said. Wow, ma'am, you're very sensitive. Yes, something was being filled. This is the very purest form of love, which is transmission. And I'm glad you felt it connected to the heart. Lovely. Lovely. How nice. Very happy to know that everyone is feeling nice and sharing it with us on the chat box. Yes, so another way to connect with each other is to, appreciate each other. When you see someone doing something good, apologize when you feel that, this is something I should not have done. And you will get to that aha moment that, oh, this will create an inner connection. When we meditate, often these things come up. Or just before we sleep at night, we can mentally go through our day and say, what happened in the day and whom could I have appreciated and said good job, and what was it that I said and did that I could have avoided. Okay, I'll apologize tomorrow and I won't repeat it. And maybe we get some insights into why don't I do this? This will improve the way I communicate with so-and-so person. So this is an exercise we can do every day before we sleep at night. Appreciation, apology, and aha. And with that, I thank all of you for joining the session today. It was really lovely interacting with you. And in this session itself, I'm feeling so many heartful relationships, such, loving bonds. The love has just flown and connected all of us like a cement or like a glue. And I hope this bond will stay. You all will remain connected with us at Heartfulness. Keep meditating with us online on YouTube, or connect with our trainers wherever you are, and remain connected through the heart with this purest form of love, that is yogic transmission. So thank you very much. We'd like to have your feedback also. So I request Vinay sir to share the feedback form link on the chat box. So we get to know from you.
Okay.
How did you feel the session? Do you have the link with you, Vinay sir?
Yes, I have.
Yes. So, yes, the recording is there on YouTube, ma'am. All these sessions are available on YouTube. You go to our Heartfulness Community channel and all the sessions are there. You're most welcome to revisit any one of them that you liked and would like to experience again. Yes, I think you will be getting a certificate for these sessions. They will be available. For that, please fill the form So this is the feedback cum attendance form that we're sharing today. So please write your name as you would like it with the correct spelling on your, how you'd like to see your name on your certificate. Also make sure you write your email address properly, because often that becomes the stumbling block between us sending your certificates. Because the email address is wrong, then we can't really send it to you. So be careful in entering your email ID. Okay, someone is writing something about, yes, Savita Vaidya ma'am said that she found the day 1 and 2 sessions there. Deepshika ma'am is, okay, she feels that because I'm smiling, she's feeling positive. Thank you. And wondering when day 3, 4 and 5 will be available. They are available, I think, Savita sister, it's there, right, Vinay brother?
Yes, it is there in our YouTube channel.
On the community channel, they're all available. Okay, so if you missed any of the 5, please feel free to go back and revisit them. So yes, Daniel ma'am is saying she liked it. Yes, we'll share the links with all of you later. Sure. And
Yes, we will be sending YouTube link to all through email. Definitely we will send through email.
We'll be sending you all the links with this attendance cum feedback link through email very shortly. So don't worry, if you missed anything, you can definitely go back. And please fill the feedback cum attendance here. So we can really improve our session. We'd love to hear the feedback from you and know how we can do better, or what is it that you really loved about it. What would you like to know more about? So we want to hear from you. So do share the feedback on the link that we are sharing in the chat box. Anupam sir thought it was a thought recharging session. Sandhya ma'am said she's originally from Pune. Yes, sure, ma'am. You're currently at the United Kingdom. Okay, Sandhya ma'am, I'll note down your phone number, then I will call you later, maybe. Yes. So it's nice, ma'am. I also love to connect with you and see what we can do about taking Heartfulness to schools. We're doing it here to many schools are experiencing our programs, teacher training programs for our students. So we'd love to share them with you. And I hope most of you have shared your feedback. Would anyone like to say anything, or you want to share your thoughts about this 5-day program? You can raise your hand, we can unmute you. Okay, excellent. All right, I think everyone has said a lot, so, and we spoke a lot in the session, so that's nice. Okay, Manoj Pawar sir from Pune. Excellent. From Dr. Kadam Gurukul, Indapur, Pune. Okay, sir. We'll contact you as well. I'm also from Pune. And I'm taking down your number that you're sharing here with us. Okay, great. Excellent. Yes, you will get the feedback form in the email also, ma'am. All right. So I think in case you have already filled out the form, I think we can maybe end the meeting here. Let's look forward to meeting again and again through many such workshops. We always have something new and enjoyable for you. And mainly the teaching community is so close to our heart, because y'all are the foundation of the future. If we don't do something for the foundation, what's going to happen to the future of this planet, right? So something for the teachers first, which in turn will build a very resilient, a beautiful, spiritually advanced future generation. Thank you so much. And with that, I think we'll end today's session.
I request Pooja ma'am to conclude.
Yes, I hand it over to Pooja again.
Thank you, Anjali ma'am, for this wonderful session. It was really, a lot many things we got to learn through all these 5 sessions. So many new things we not only got to learn, but got an opportunity to dive even deeper with each of the topics that we discussed in past 5 days. Right from the first session that we saw, Science of Happiness, that how the concept of neuroplasticity and rewiring our brains and how happiness is already instilled within us, and we can find it with this a small act of meditation, daily practice that we can do. The second day we saw how we can emotionally balance our own selves, in which we also got to know a very interesting definition that emotion, which says that it is energy in motion, and this energy needs to be balanced. It should neither be up nor down. It has to be balanced. Then in the third day, connect to communicate. We saw so many effective communication techniques, how we can speak, how we can listen effectively. And along with that, we learned how we can observe, feel, and sense the need and communicate accordingly with our peers, with our family members, with our students, everybody around us. And then in yesterday's session, we saw Maslow's theory, in which we saw different stages starting from physiological level, then to the behavior, and then esteem and the self. We saw the neuroscience of empathy and practical tools of heartfulness cleaning, which clears our consciousness, and meditation that can help connect our mind to our heart. This can really help us connect with our students at heart level, definitely. And in today's topic, it was really very beautifully with the activity based. We saw that how we can have a good relationship with our own self first, and so on and so forth. It can further go on extending further with all people around us. So really it was a very fascinating session all 5 days. And we really look forward to connect with each one of you. Apart from these online sessions, if you need any help, you can go to Heart in Tune app that we have. You can just download it from Google Play Store, and the app, using that app, you can meditate along with the trainer online. And definitely all our trainers are there to help you out in whatever way possible. So thank you all participants, thank you all teachers for being there for all 5 days. Thank you so much.
Pooja, I just want to share something.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so if any teachers or educators want heartfulness workshops at their institutes, they can email us back at the same email ID which you are receiving messages from. This is this fine? We'll post the email ID in the group in the chat again.
Yes.
Yeah,
Please
thank you.
Do reach out to the email ID if you want to have heartfulness workshops in your respective schools. Thank you, everyone.